Welcome to the 5th episode of the Three Sportsmen podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Kurt.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Trey.
And in this episode, we are going to be ranking all the starting point guards in the NBA. We're using a tier maker to divide these point guards into 5 tiers. Those are elite, star, good, average, and man. So Sam, let's start with your elite tier. Who did you rank as an elite point guard in the NBA?
So my elite is Steph Curry, Trae Young, Damian Lillard, and De'Aaron Fox.
Okay. Trey, who did you have?
I had Damian Lillard, Stephen Curry, Russell Westbrook, Chris Paul, and Kyrie Irving.
Okay. Mine is a mix of those two.
Whoa,
I had
whoa.
Lillard, I had Chris Paul, Steph Curry, Trae Young, and Russell Westbrook. Putting De'Aaron Fox in elite is...
De'Aaron Fox is 100% elite. You can't lie.
I think in a couple years...
I had him in the good. I think he still has to prove more.
Okay, yeah. I had him as a star.
He's like
De'Aaron
upper
Fox
good.
Averaged over 20 points per game last year. Super shifty. He's crazy good. Like you can't even deny that.
I think he can be good. I just think to be elite, you would have to prove it for more than 1 year. So I think he could be there in a few years. I just don't think he is yet.
Yeah. I mean, he's really good.
I
think in a couple years he's going to be in that elite tier. But I don't know if I would put him there just yet. I personally had Chris Paul as still elite.
So did I. I mean, I think he carried the Thunder, so I think it's hard to deny that he's not elite still. Like, he can lead a team to the playoffs. That roster is not that stacked.
Okay, so Trey, you had Trae Young as star tier instead of elite.
Yeah, I know it's kind of a hot take. He is an elite scorer. I can't deny that. But I think to be in the elite tier, you have to be able to play both ways. Trae Young was one of the worst defenders in the NBA last season. And I think you have to be able to play both ways.
I definitely agree that he's one of the best offensive players in the league, but that's why I put him as elite, because basically
it's just, you can't argue an all-star starter, you know?
I don't know if he earned to be a starter, though. I think the fans kind of just loved his scoring. He was an all-star. I don't think he should have been the starter, though.
He's definitely an all-star, but the fact that this season he's averaging 29.6 points per game, that's absurd for a second-year player.
What other point guards would you put over him in the East? That's the thing.
Yeah, I don't think there are really any other point guards in the Eastern Conference who are better than Trae Young.
Well, the Eastern Conference is kind of a crapshoot.
Exactly. That's why he was a starter.
If Kyrie was healthy, he probably would have started, but
I think it should have been Trae Young and Bradley Beal as the starters at guard, but that's something we can talk about another time.
Bradley Beal was the biggest snub by far in
100%
All-Star game.
And then Levine was right behind Beal.
Yep.
Trey, who did you have as your star tier then?
As I said before, Trae Young's in my star. Ben Simmons, Kyle Lowry, Kemba Walker, John Wall when he's healthy, he's a pretty good star, and Ja Morant.
Okay. Sam, who did you have?
I know I had Kobe White, Kemba Walker, Kyrie Irving, Ben Simmons, and Ja Morant.
Okay, I had Kemba, Kyle Lowry, De'Aaron Fox, Ja Morant, Kyrie Irving, and Ben Simmons. I mean, I know you're really high on Kobe White, but you put him in star tier, Sam?
Yes, he has so much potential. That as Zach LaVine said via Instagram live video, said the kid's a human flamethrower. 7 threes in a quarter, 3 straight games with 30-plus point games. Like, you can't argue that.
I mean, I think he can become a star, but I think it's hard to say he's a star already when he's only started like 5 games or how many? It was like 3 or 4. I don't know.
He only started 1 game, but still, like, and he came off the bench those 3 games too. Even with a coach like Jim Boylan, like, personally, he was our second best player this year, 100%, no doubt.
I think he was.
He was, yeah.
But at the same time, you said potential. He has a lot of potential, but he's not there yet. In a couple years, I think he easily could be, but I need to see more before, because there have been a lot of like one-season wonders. There have been a lot of guys who are great as a rookie and then just fall off.
He's not going to be a one-season wonder.
I don't think he's going to be, but there's still a chance that he is.
I think he just needs to have a good year next year, and then maybe you can get him up to the star. I just don't think he's there yet.
It's just the new front office. Like, if you take a look at that, like, he's going to have a new coach, hopefully, next year. Like, and he was still dropping. He dropped 3 straight 30-plus point games off the bench with the worst coach in the NBA.
Like, he didn't really get a lot of those minutes until later in the season.
Like, you can't teach that like, you can teach scoring, but you can't teach the way that he's scoring right now. Because to be completely fair with you, like, like, nobody could stop him in January, sorry. And he's definitely better than RJ Barrett, I can tell you that.
He's definitely better right now
than
RJ Barrett. But I think putting him in the same tier as Ja Morant at the same time, I think Ja's
I have him as the same as Ben Simmons, so I don't think that would be it.
Ja Morant is on a whole nother level of rookie
he is.
right now.
That's true, but like, I'm speaking with no bias here on Kobe White.
I just think time will tell. I think he'll get there personally. I just don't think he's there yet.
I think right now he's at a lot of potential, but he's not in that star tier just yet.
I think he is.
I think, Trey, you had Kyrie in your elite tier, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because I had him in star.
He's like, I was struggling with him. He's like fringe elite. I think he's pretty good. I don't think he can be a number 1 star on a good team, but he can definitely be one of the better 2s in the league.
I think he can be a number 1 star, but you're not going to be that good if he's your number 1 option.
Like, him and KD will be good once they get their chemistry together.
If KD's fully healthy, that's the key.
Yeah.
But I think Kyrie and Paul George are generally in the same boat where, if you have them as your number 1 option, you're not going to be a bad team, but you're not going to win a championship. If he's your number 2 guy, though, then you're in a really good position.
Yeah, he's a top number 2.
Like, who do the Nets have other than KD and Kyrie, though?
DeAndre Jordan, Jared Allen, Joe Harris.
They have Dinwiddie, too.
Spencer Dinwiddie.
A free agent?
Well, Dinwiddie's going to be a free agent, and I don't think he's coming back to Brooklyn.
Probably not.
I mean, it depends on how that whole GoFundMe thing goes.
DeAndre Jordan's getting old.
DeAndre Jordan used to be really good.
I like Jared Allen.
Yeah, like when he was with the Clippers, and then he just started getting passed around. Because wasn't DeAndre Jordan with the Rockets for a little bit?
No, he went from the Clippers to the Mavericks, and then was traded to the Knicks as a part of the Porzingis deal.
Yeah.
And then signed with Brooklyn in free agency.
He was good in LA with Blake Griffin.
Blake Griffin and Chris Paul, yeah. That's when I think Chris Paul, that's when he was elite. Like, when he was in LA. I think he's a star, maybe, but it's just the way that how he's been passed around. He's been passed around so much, and he's getting older.
See, I wouldn't have said he was elite like a year ago, but this past year, I think he proved a lot to me.
I think this season he proved a lot.
Year.
He did have a great year.
I'm pulling up the numbers right now.
I mean, to be completely fair, like, he was the only thing. Well, no. Because the Thunder made a late run.
They did.
They
had some good young pieces.
Because and 15 draft picks.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the Westbrook trade, right?
And Paul George. They got so many draft picks.
That was stupid by the Rockets.
To give up all the picks.
Yeah, that's dumb. Like, that is just unnecessary.
I think Chris Paul is still elite, but in a couple years, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's going to be big.
Yeah,
they had another guy. I don't remember his name. Schroeder, that's it.
They still have Dennis Schroeder.
And I remember
he's a solid piece.
He's good. I like
And
him
I
as a
remember
backup.
I remember they had Diallo for a little bit, but then they gave him. I don't remember where they sent him.
They still have Steven Adams, right?
They still have Steven Adams. They still have Gallinari. I like the pieces that Oklahoma City has, especially given how going into this season, no one thought they would be good.
That's true.
All right, in my good tier of NBA point guards, I have Mike Conley, John Wall, Patrick Beverley, Ricky Rubio, Jamal Murray, Goran Dragic, and Colin Sexton. Trey, who do you have?
I have Kobe White, Patrick Beverly, Brogdon, Fox, Rozier, Conley, Bledsoe, Jamal Murray, and Colin Sexton.
Sam, who's in your good tier?
I have Colin Sexton, Jamal Murray, Russell Westbrook, Kyle Lowry, Eric Bledsoe, Jamal Murray, whatever. What's his name?
Jamal Murray? Yeah, Nuggets point guard.
No, I already said Jamal Murray. It was the other one, DeJounte Murray.
DeJounte Murray.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Spurs
DeJounte
guy?
Murray.
The
Yeah,
Spurs guy?
Spurs.
Yeah,
The Spurs guy,
DeJounte
yeah.
Murray.
DeJounte Murray and John Wall.
I think John Wall could be a star if there weren't injury concerns.
He's getting screwed by the injuries, man. Like, I don't think he's going to ever be good again.
I still
mean,
have
I
him as
hope-
a star because he's good. When he's healthy, he's still a really good
But
player.
when he's healthy, that's the key thing that
But
I'm
is
not
he
so
ever going to be healthy
sure about.
again?
Yeah, is he ever going to be that good again?
I mean, if he is, the Wizards are going to be pretty scary.
If he is, then I would consider him to be in that star tier. It's just he's coming off of 2 years of not playing at
2
this
years,
point.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I really don't like seeing that from a point guard, especially because it was serious injuries. It's not just like, oh, minor injuries. It's serious. You had Westbrook in your good tier, right?
Yes.
Why good? Because I had him as elite, and I think Trey,
He
you had
didn't
him
have a great
as
year.
elite
Yeah,
too, right?
He
He's
did not.
elite. Yeah, he's elite.
Russell Westbrook did not have a good year this past year. Like if he was coming off his season where he averaged almost a triple-double a game, then I would put him at elite. But he just did not show it at Houston.
I think you still have to at least put him as a star because he's only a year removed from having a triple-double season.
Yeah. I think he's still very good. I mean, him and Harden, I don't know how that's going to go in the long run. But he's solid.
I don't think the fit's good, but I think the skill is still elite. That's my opinion.
I think he still has the skill. It's just where he is. It's such a toxic place because James Harden is just such a toxic player.
They both need the ball in their
Harden
hands. That's
is
the problem.
He's
He's
a
a
coin
ball
flip.
hog.
If he has a horrible shooting night, you're screwed. But if James Harden's going to go off for 50 points, you're going to win.
It's true.
Can't say the same about the Bulls.
Now, Sam, the interesting
Zach
thing,
LaVine.
you had Kyle Lowry and Eric Bledsoe in the same tier as both good.
Yep.
Why the Kyle Lowry disrespect?
It's not much disrespect. It's just he's getting old.
He's still good,
He's getting
though.
up there. Like you can't deny that.
I still think he's a
I
star.
mean, he's
All right.
good, but I mean, yeah, it's like he's not. Like everybody's career has to come to an end.
Yeah, but
I
Kyle
think
Lowry
he's still
isn't
got
there
more.
yet.
He's
Look
still
at-
got more in the tank.
Looking at the stats, Kyle Lowry, 19.7 points per game. Bledsoe's only at 15.4. Kyle Lowry, 7.7 assists per game. Bledsoe's at 5.4. Total rebounds, 4.8 to 4.6 in Kyle Lowry's favor. Then in terms of shooting percentages, 3-point Kyle Lowry has the advantage. 2-point percentage, Bledsoe has the advantage. And then free throw percentage, Kyle Lowry has the advantage.
Well, because Bledsoe doesn't go to the line as much. Bledsoe goes to the line less because Giannis takes all the fouls. And I mean, if you look at it, like they play two different types of offenses. Because like Siakam, he's not as big as Giannis, you know.
But Siakam's still our number one option. in
That's
Toronto.
true. It's just Bledsoe can just throw it down to Giannis, and Giannis will 100% finish it. It's just I don't think Lowry would be able to throw it to Siakam. And Siakam's a great player. I just don't think that he would be able to finish it 100% of the time because he's not as big.
Yeah, I think that Giannis obviously is a much better player than Siakam, as much as I love Pascal Siakam as a player.
Exactly.
But Kyle Lowry is still insanely good.
I mean, if we made tiers inside of the tiers, I think Kyle Lowry is probably my number one good player.
I still think he's far better than Bledsoe.
I still think he's a star.
He makes people better better.
Kyle Lowry was a star. It's just I don't think he was a star. I just don't think he is anymore.
He still is a star, and now he's a champion. So
I think he's a star.
There's so many other players growing around him. Like there's Terrence Davis, there's OG, how do you pronounce his last name?
There's Matt Thomas. There's Chris Boucher.
Matt Thomas, the dude from the walk-on in college, and then I read a story about him. I thought
Matt Thomas. He played in Europe for a while. Mr. 99% from open three.
Oh my god!
The fact that nobody looked into him enough, and that Toronto just got him after winning a championship, still surprises me.
Good front office. That's what happens.
Amazing front office. One of, if not the best in the league.
Kurt, do you want to know who's got my GOAT tier?
Who's in your GOAT tier?
Flight.
I think Flight would be very happy to hear that Steph Curry is elite in all of our tier lists.
Look at Curry, man. So
I think for Flight we'd need to make a specific tier above the elite guys just for Curry.
That's true.
Super elite.
Super elite.
Get Flight. Dude, GOAT tier. Definitely Flight, dude. He's got his no-look shot, drive the lane, just throw the ball up.
As my average tier, got Lonzo Ball, Kobe White, Terry Rozier, Eric Bledsoe, Rajon Rondo, Jeff Teague, Malcolm Brogdon, DeJounte Murray, and Reggie Jackson. Any comments on that?
I agree with most of those.
Yeah, I agree with most of them too. I mean,
I have the same with Rondo, Lonzo.
Jeff Teague.
Those two I have.
Me, not so much.
Yeah, Jeff Teague.
Me, not so much. Rondo and Lonzo are not in my average tier.
All right, then who is in your meh tier? Because that's the only place they can be at this point.
Mine isn't meh. It's effing trash. So I have I have Lonzo. I have Teague. There's a reason I have Teague in the. It's not because of his skill. I just hate Jeff Teague. I hate him.
Why do you hate Jeff Teague?
Yeah, what's wrong with him?
He's always starting stuff on the court. He's always starting something. There has to be something with Jeff Teague.
So you just have this random hatred for Jeff Teague.
Yes.
Interesting. I was not expecting to hear that.
Ever since
I was not either.
Ever since he played on the Hawks. His stupid number 0. He was always number 0, and he would always
He's back on the Hawks now.
Oh yeah, he is. He got traded over.
That's right.
Good season.
And then Rondo, Rubio, and Reggie Jackson.
So you put Ricky Rubio in your trash tier?
Yes.
Okay, because I had him as good. I think he's super underrated.
I think he's average.
He's not a great point guard.
He used to be good.
He's not a star. He's not a star.
Minnesota.
Who was it? Minnesota. It was him. Who else? It was him. It was somebody else in Rubio. I think it was it
Kevin Love?
In Minnesota or in?
It was Kevin Love and Ricky Rubio. That's who it was.
And he played with Donovan Mitchell in Utah.
He did. Isn't Joe Ingles? No, it's not Ingles. It's Connolly. I'm stupid.
Now, yeah.
It's Connolly is their point guard now.
This
season,
season,
good piece. He's still a good piece, I think.
Ricky Rubio is still averaging 13.1 points per game and 8.9 assists. He's a really good pass first point guard in the league.
Rubio
He's not a
play,
star, but if you need a solid guy who's just going to be able to like get the ball around, Ricky Rubio is your guy.
Ryan Arcidiacono.
That's your guy, Sam.
Your guy.
No, he's goated. That Ryan Arch is goated.
You had Lonzo Ball in your trash tier, right?
Trey knows. Trey knows.
You love Lonzo.
When we went to that Bulls game to go see Zion, every time he bricked a three, I would just scream trash can at the top of my lungs.
I can
He
just
was a
picture
huge
you
bust.
doing that.
Exactly.
It was fun.
He's all bust. His dad overhypes everything. His brother's gonna be a bust.
Did you
I
hear
don't know
what
the
Lamar
Bulls.
said earlier this week? That Lonzo made
No.
Kuzma?
No, he didn't. Are you kidding me?
You didn't hear that?
He did not say that.
He said that.
No way.
I saw it
No
all over
way.
Instagram.
No
Lonzo
way.
probably makes Kuzma worse.
Exactly.
His brother's gonna be a boss too, man. Same hype from his dad. Same exact hype. I'm not falling for it again.
Oh, God. LeVar also this week said that Lonzo would still be with the Lakers if LeBron James, or if he played with LeBron more.
And
That LaMelo is more popular than Zion.
What?
Lonzo Wire.
How is he more popular than Zion? He's not.
Be trash.
But you said LaMelo
Yeah.
or Lonzo?
He said LaMelo.
Oh.
He's not.
Oh yeah, congrats. You went all the way overseas to play basketball. You're insane. You bought
got
your
kicked
team you're
out.
playing for? Dude, you're insane.
He got kicked
First
out of
of all,
UCLA,
your son got kicked out of China for shoplifting and is banned there
Yeah.
forever. Your family is a joke. Go sit down.
They have a reality show.
Oh, God, I don't even
I've
know.
watched some of it. It's funny.
That's disgusting. I hate that family. That family is a trashy family.
What if he comes to the Bulls, Sam?
I'm not a Bulls fan anymore. Kurt, I want you to clip that.
Okay, I will. I will most
Clip
definitely
it.
be clipping
Clip
that.
it, and I want everybody to see that. I want
Okay.
everybody to hear that if LaMelo Ball goes to the Bulls, I am not a Bulls fan anymore.
Okay.
I'll hold you to that.
We'll hold you to it.
Okay. I don't even know what I'd do with my Zach LaVine jersey. Probably would keep it because there's no disrespect to LaVine. I love the guy. But I'm sorry. LaMelo Ball is just garbage.
I think
Like,
it
if-
depends
I
where he
think
goes.
he's overhyped. He's
I think
If
it
overhyped.
we
depends where he
draft,
goes.
if the Bulls draft LaMelo Ball, I am literally going to start the fire Arturas train.
Yeah, we would have hired the wrong guy if that happens.
Yeah, seriously.
I'd rather trade the pick.
I want Onika Okongwu. That's who I want.
Wiseman's my number one if we win the lottery, but then I would go with Ocampo too.
Oh, I mean, if we win the lottery and get number one, I want Anthony Edwards. No doubt about that.
I'll take Edwards or Wiseman. I'm fine with either of them.
That's true. I mean, I would probably rather have Wiseman because, I mean, we're having trouble at center right now.
You could move Wendell if you need to.
Well,
I think Wendell is a better center, to be completely honest with you.
one of them is going to have to go between Lowry and Wendell. Neither of them like center, so Wiseman would fit in.
Yeah, exactly. Seriously, Wiseman would fit perfectly.
Because then
Or
Gafford
Okongwu.
can still come off the bench.
Yeah.
Okongwu would play. Okongwu would be fine too.
Is he the center or small forward? I can't remember.
He's a center. He's the center at USC.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right, so those are our rankings for NBA starting point guards. Right now, we have a very big announcement we'd like to make. Starting next week's podcast, we are going to be having guests. So if you would like to be a guest on The Three Sportsmen, you can either DM one of us on Instagram, DM us on Twitter,
At podcast T3S.
or DM us on Instagram.
T3S_podcast.
We'd really like to have you on the show. So once again, The Three Sportsmen is a weekly podcast, so be sure to tune in next week. Thank you for listening. Subscribe to us on YouTube and SoundCloud. And be sure to share with others. This has been The Three Sportsmen. And remember, trust the podcast.